Jurassic World Evolution 3 launches with icons of the Jurassic franchise, community favorites, and new species. What new dinosaurs and other creatures could we see? And are Cenozoics still possible? In this video, I'm going to talk about which new species I think would be good and likely additions to the game, based on the new locations, new mechanics, and popular species I just feel have been missing from our dinosaur parks. Before I go through my list of possible new dinosaurs, I first want to talk about Cenozoics. Aside from the hybrids, the Megalodon was the only Cenozoic species to come to the Jurassic World Evolution 2 roster. That group of animals didn't get further expanded upon, even though Smilodon does make a brief appearance in Camp Cretaceous, and Cenozoics are a popular fan request. The third iteration of this park builder game seemed like the perfect opportunity to add Cenozoics to the roster, but even with 2 trailers already shown, there's no hint of Cenozoics having made it into the game. So, do I think they're still coming, either in the base game or in DLC down the line? Well, yes I do. As I discussed in my previous Jurassic World Evolution 3 video, Frontier could apply the Planet Zoo DLC strategy to Jurassic World Evolution 3, meaning DLC would include, among other things, more than the 4 species we are used to from Jurassic World Evolution 2. A Cenozoic pack of only 4 species has always felt like too few animals for it to make it make sense. They'd be so out of place. Planet Zoo animal packs have up to 8 animals, and right away that makes a Cenozoic update to the roster a lot more feasible and more fun. That's enough species to build a dedicated area for within our larger dinosaur parks. So I think Cenozoics have a high probability of getting added down the line, especially if Jurassic World Evolution 3 is blessed with many years of support, just like Planet Zoo, which launched in 2019 and is getting its 21st DLC soon. But this video is about new species in the base game, animals that will be in the game on day 1, on October 21st, not in DLC coming later. So, do I think Cenozoics are still possible for the base game? And the answer to that is also yes, and I have 2 reasons. Reason number 1, it is one of the most popular community requests. It's very evident Frontier has paid attention to the wants and wishes of the community, fulfilling the most popular requests. Babies? Check. Semi-aquatics? Check. Better terrain tools? Check. More creative options? Check. Obviously, they have to draw the line somewhere. They can't do literally everything. So maybe they've drawn the line right above Cenozoics. But it feels like a weird place to draw the line, to cut off such a popular request. When I say popular, I don't mean everybody wants Cenozoics. A lot of people don't care for them in their dinosaur park builder. But the same could be said for babies and for modular building. Just because not literally everyone wants it, doesn't mean it's not popular. Doesn't mean it's not popular enough for Frontier to be like, I hear you and I got you. For me, it seems very clear that for this third game, Frontier is letting the community feedback since 2018 shape the game. They're ticking so many boxes. And frankly, a handful of Cenozoics is easier to introduce than babies for almost every species, or a whole new swimming mechanic that requires a new dedicated terrain tool, or modular building. It's a relatively easy way to please a lot of the player base. And it's a relatively easy way to create a new wave of hype, which is my second reason why I think some of the new species in the base game could be more Cenozoics. There's no denying that the fact that they haven't shown off new Cenozoics yet makes it less likely they are in the game. But the species we've seen so far are the classic, almost obvious and safe choices. The only surprising inclusion is Geosternbergia, which seems like the odd one out. Everything else is like big, popular franchise dinosaurs. They could be saving Cenozoics for a big reveal later on. The first trailer, the announcement trailer, showed off the babies, the new architecture, and the improved terrain tools. Then the second gameplay trailer showed us more of that, but also first showed us the modular building and the swimming mechanic for the likes of Spinosaurus. You can see that they didn't reveal everything at once in the announcement trailer. Some of it was held until the second trailer. There could be more, like Cenozoic species or other features that they are hiding and saving for later reveals. Imagine a type of species field guide, or whatever the new equivalent of that will be, but it's a surprise reveal of a woolly mammoth, or a terror bird, or a park management guide which totally surprises us by going into how we'd breed and house prehistoric mammals. Having something brand new to reveal would generate a big reaction. It gets people talking about it online. As much as I think it's guaranteed we'll see new species field guides for the likes of Triceratops and T-Rex, a species field guide revealing the first new Cenozoic would have a much bigger impact due to its newness. You could see this exploding on Reddit and on Twitter and on YouTube, everybody talking about it, generating buzz and new potential customers for their game. I'm not saying Cenozoics will be in the base game, I just think there's still a chance. If you want to know as soon as there is news about that and anything else related to Jurassic World Evolution 3, subscribe to the channel. Frontier has announced they will be exploring more of Jurassic World Evolution 3 in this week's Unlocked stream, so more news is hopefully coming very soon. For the purpose of this video, I'm not including Cenozoics on my list. Instead, I have picked possible new species based on 3 factors. The new Asian locations, the new semi-aquatic mechanic with deep water, and the popular species that have somehow never been added to the franchise yet. And I'm starting with those, because I can be quick about it. Number 1, Plateosaurus. I'm truly baffled this species has never made it into past iterations of the game. It ticks all the boxes. It's super popular, a really famous and important species of dinosaur, it adds to the underrepresented group of Triassic animals, and it has a look that sets it apart from the rest of the roster. If Frontier doesn't add it, it starts to feel personal. The other popular species is Torvosaurus, and this is where I point out this video is not necessarily a personal wish list. While my biases weigh into it, I'm trying to figure out what Frontier will do, not really what I want them to do. Torvosaurus I don't think is necessary for the base game, given that we have so many big theropods already that they could bring over from Jurassic World Evolution 2. But Torvosaurus is so incredibly popular that I think it'll please a lot of people to see it added, especially in the base game. Just have it included, not make people pay extra for it in a DLC later. Some more popular species that I'd love to see are Argentinosaurus, Irritator, and Megaraptor. But as I was writing out that list, I realized those are all dinosaurs from South America. The campaign doesn't have a location in South America yet. But I think it will be the perfect basis for a DLC, giving us a map, a campaign mission, and species from that continent. So for that reason, I'm leaving these out of my base game new species speculations, but I really hope they will get added later. The next category for new species, possibly in the base game, is Asian animals. The Jurassic World Evolution 2 roster is very heavy on the North American species selection. They could balance that out a bit better by cutting more of the North American dinosaurs than ones from other regions, but still I think the Asian selection begs to be improved, given that we'll have 2 Asian locations in the game, which is a first for the series. First and foremost, Shantungosaurus. Not a single video goes by where I don't mention Shantungosaurus. Now this is my most wanted species, so I'm owning up to my bias. But it does appear on many people's wish lists. As the largest hadrosaur, I think it will be an epic addition to any park, but more importantly, as an Asian species, it will make sense to add it to our new Asian parks. Second Asian species is the Microraptor. If anybody watching this video has listened to my Jurassic Legacy audiobook, you know I have a very special place in my heart for Microraptor. I think this is an awesome little dinosaur and very unique to what we have so far. So I think it would be a brilliant addition to the aviaries. Now the campaign will have 2 Asian locations, one in China and one in Japan. I'm currently working on a Jurassic Park Japan in Jurassic World Evolution 2 using mods, so I'm all too familiar with the fact that the species roster is currently completely lacking in Japanese representation. So since the campaign specifically has us building Jurassic World Japan, I think Jurassic World Evolution 3 should and will add Japanese dinosaurs specifically. Some good options I think would be some of the more famous species from Japan, like Fukui Raptor or Fukui Venator, Fukuisaurus, Fukui Titan, and Nipponosaurus. An interesting Japanese addition to the lagoons would be Megapterygius. I think at least 2 or 3 Japanese species are a must. Let me know in a comment down below which ones you think would best represent the country in the Jurassic World Japan the campaign will have us build. If you want to know more about the campaign, I've done a video going through all the campaign locations and what our missions there will be. I will link that at the end of this video and in the description box. One of the other campaign locations is Indonesia, and that is the basis for my last region-specific new species pick. No dinosaur fossil has been found in Indonesia itself, but there's a pretty perfect and popular dinosaur discovered not far from Indonesia, namely in Laos, and that's the Ichthyovenator. As a Spinosaurid, this species makes all the more sense to get added because they can add it to the category of semi-aquatics and have it make use of the new deep water mechanics. And based on that deep water and semi-aquatic category, I have a couple more new species that I feel belong in the base game. We do already have several animals potentially coming over from Jurassic World Evolution 2's roster to fill out the semi-aquatic selection. So far, only Spinosaurus has been confirmed, but Suchomimus, Baryonyx, Deinonychirus, and even Pyroraptor are strong contenders to make it over into the new game to make use of the deep water mechanic. However, some new species I think are in order to give this new category and mechanic some extra sparkle. And of course that means big Crocs. Since we're talking base game species here, I'm gonna go with the 2 most obvious picks, and those are Deinosuchus and Sarcosuchus, with the potential of more getting added as the game develops over time. I think big Crocs have a good chance at getting added, again based on how clear Frontier has made it that they are taking community requests very seriously and implementing a lot of them. I think big Crocs would be a perfect addition for some new variety, and they'd make more sense in the deep water than in the lagoons. Even if big Crocs don't make it into the base game on October 21st, I will continue to be high on that Croc copium and believe that they will get added at some point. It's just too perfect of an opportunity not to make use of. And the same goes for Cenozoics. Whether they will be in the base game or not, I will continue to believe that we'll see them down the line, and hopefully that does come true. Check out my previous videos with all the news on Jurassic World Evolution 3 and stay tuned for more coming soon. Perhaps as soon as Wednesday following Frontier's Unlocked stream. Hopefully they'll reveal some new species then. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time, stay tuned for the news.